We'll start out with obviously what's on screen right now, which is this whole JJ Watt news that kind of broke. Kind of came out of nowhere too, which is really wild to me. Because I don't know if you were following it, but so I initially I had heard that like the Colts, what was like the Colts and somebody else had offered him a deal.
The Browns?
Supposedly, was it the Browns?
I think it was the Browns.
Okay, somebody had offered him a deal supposedly, and there was all this, talk and all this stuff about like where's he gonna go, what's happening, and the best part about all of it too is what we learned from this JJ Watt story is that everything is a lie. Everything you see is a straight up lie because nobody had him going to the Cardinals. Shout out to the Cardinals fan that was here last week. This would be this. He's probably living happy.
Oh
as
yeah,
can
I
be right
forgot
now.
about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is just it was wild, just out of nowhere. Because it's a team that as soon as I heard that he went to the Cardinals, it made a lot of sense to me, just simply because they were a team that didn't have a lot of pass rush. They have Chandler Jones, yeah, but they didn't have a lot of pass rush or and needed defensive help, as well as they're just a really, really young team. And bringing JJ Watt just makes a ton of sense because you can use him situationally. So JJ Watt's a great pass rusher, but he's had a lot of injuries. So what I would do is if I'm the Cardinals, which I'm hoping this is the case, is I wouldn't have him on first down, maybe even second down most of the time. I'd have him as a third down guy, like kind of a specialty pass rusher where he's coming in fully and energy healthy ready to go, and I would have him play like that, but he's going to bring in kind of a defensive, with a little help with the run. He's going to help with obviously the pass rush, especially on third down. Hopefully that's the case and that's the way to use him. He's also going to give you a leadership in the locker room with a lot of these young guys on defense because you have a lot of guys that are probably under 24, 25 years old that are really kind of budding on this team. So like Buda Baker, they drafted Isaiah Simmons, who was one of my favorite draft picks that I've seen in the last few years. Last year, they kind of didn't know how to use Isaiah Simmons last year because he was literally a guy that could do anything. He was like a 6'4", like 230 pass rushing cover linebacker that also could play corner and safety because he ran like a 4-4 or 4-3. So that's why I loved him coming out of the draft. I was like, this dude's unbelievable. So they kind of didn't really know how to use him last year, so I'm expecting them to utilize him a lot better. So really, the Cardinals, I mean, this is huge. And it's not a bad deal either because he got a 2-year, $31 million deal, 23 million guaranteed. So it's basically 15, 16 a year, which is not terrible. It's good. You're getting a high end pass rusher when healthy, and that's what you're paying for. So I think it's more about his utilization on the team than anything is whether this will be a success because he's going to be a huge defensive help to a team that desperately needs it. So
Yeah, no, I didn't see it coming either. But I don't know, anecdote, probably get to that later, but you just see the little like snippet they talked about with like he had somebody else, one of his friends, order like 4 different shirts because he was worried about getting traced to his house and like leaking anything. I think it was like a Packers, Bills, Browns, and probably Cardinals, I'm guessing, is the fourth one that he was getting the shirts of. And he had to he's like, okay, here, like my friend's going to order it and he's going to, pay for it and everything because they didn't want anything associated with him. I just thought that was funny because, somebody would have picked that up and been like UPS, be like, huh, that's weird. From the Cardinals store, like the NFL shop.
Oh, for sure. I mean, people have done that with spoilers for literally anything. I mean, there's how many times did you see like Marvel spoilers that were from like this cereal that was released in the Middle East had a picture of Spider-Man with somebody, and that obviously means this, and then it ended up being sure, and you're like, I can't believe somebody actually figured that out.
Yeah. Just a little early on spoiler.
But one thing I do want to highlight, because I feel like in the NFL, there's like the main insiders, Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter, these guys who like always break news. I do want to point out that during this whole thing, I feel like the only the only tweet that I saw that was like actually accurate and was true was Diana Rossini's tweet. Because she had tweeted while this whole thing was going down, she tweeted basically nothing about like specific teams, but she said that he was getting an offer, his best offer on the table at the moment. He had interest from a couple teams, but his best offer at the moment was 15 to 16 million a year, which was dead on because he literally got 15 and a half a year. So
Is that
Just
all?
highlighting.
Is that mostly? Is that just the guaranteed money, or is that across?
Well, so it was 31 million 2 years, so 15 and a half a year, with 23 million guaranteed. So I don't know if that money, the guaranteed money, is front loaded, so he's going to receive majority of it, in a signing bonus or even the first year of his contract. But yeah, so that's just I just wanted to highlight her because again, I'm going to talk about her later, saying something that I kind of is going to spark my a topic. But I just wanted to highlight that because a lot of people, there's insiders that you're like, who do I follow? Who do I look for? Um, One of the only insiders that had anything that was actually correct during this whole JJ Watt fiasco. I mean, we were talking about last week him being like it was like a dead set on him going to either the Packers, or the Steelers, or Tampa.
Yeah,
So
or the
gotta
Browns. Don't
sift
forget about the
through.
Browns.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess I didn't say the Colts, but the Colts actually had an offer in there. I guess their offer wasn't anywhere near 15, 16 mil. That's why I didn't go there. But
Yeah,
you know,
they're too smart with
whatever.
money.
Yeah, I mean, it makes, like I said, it makes a ton of sense for him to go to the Cardinals because of everything we highlighted before, as well as I mean, he tweeted out something about or he said something about how it's nice to wake up in the morning at 65-degree weather and sun. So, like, he's definitely, as much as he said that he's like a Midwesterner kid because he grew up in Wisconsin. Hey, it's hard to move away from that. So I'm not surprised too that he also goes for that aspect as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So. But yeah, that was the first topic. You got anything else that you want to say on this? Or anything else you think of?
I thought the Cardinals are a weird choice. I know you'll get into it why you think it's a good one, but I think in this case, I don't know what the offers were, and maybe he was going for money or whatever. But I have a feeling that the Browns, I don't know. It's sometimes the simplest thing is the obvious thing is the most simplest and usually the best, but I just felt like that was a good pick. I thought that would have been awesome. He wouldn't have been like super relied upon, and I guess you have Chandler Jones and the Cardinals and stuff too. But still, I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes. It's fun and it's interesting, and the Cardinals will be good, and the NFC West is going to be ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that part of it. However, I guess it just depends on what he wanted. If he wanted to try and win in the playoffs, or if you want to try and make the most money, like I don't know.